part of life. Kids hear songs and they're going to sing along with the songs and whatnot, right? But having y'all grown ass adults say, you know what I'm going to do today? We're going to do a TikTok and I'm going to record all these little kids cursing up a storm. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Goodness gracious. Anyway, like the video.
But comment in the comment section.
You know what I'm saying?
I love you. Call Big Mama.
Call Big Mama.
Isaiah, get out of the car.
No.
This power, but of course, I have used that power to help some people, and I have traveled around this world twice, and I see the impact of what we export out of the Black American experience to the rest of the world. Longer story for another time. I was also in the blogs because I made comments about Clive Davis, and I said, watch what kind of stories you're going to see coming out about him. I signed my record deal when I was 22 years old. And so I learned about human nature through the lens of the music industry, so I got a full hot dose of all of it.
So India Arie just dropped a video
I may have to. I gotta sample that. That's what she said. That's what she saw. We gotta record that. Hold on, son. Hold on. All right, man.
talking about her statements regarding Young Miami's Spend That. She's clearing up exactly what she meant, and she's also doubling down. She also brings up Clive Davis and what she thinks about him and her personal experience, and she also talks about industry sabotage and people that made her career really hard.
I don't need to go into my story because people have far worse stories than me. I called my experiences with Clive Davis an irritation, and it was an irritation. But I have stories. And that's why I decided to make this video today, because the record label executive that I did that album under, is the one and only I did with this executive, was honored the other day at the BET Awards. I don't need to say her name. You can go find her name. You know who she is if you watch the BET Awards. And she did things to me that were so hurtful and so offensive. And I go into that in the longer Substack video. But what really happened in that era was coercion. That's how I know what coercion is. I know a version of it, because coercion is when somebody puts you, what's my rap doing this? Coercion is when somebody puts you in a situation where you have to decide if you're gonna destroy everything, destroy yourself, or do what they're telling you to do. And I signed to Motown under a different record label executive. So when they kicked him out, I had to stay with her. And so all the things that me and this other record label executive had planned, I had to recalibrate. And that she coerced me into things. And there's a much longer story, again, on my Substack, but the thing I want to share with you today is that Testimony Volume 1 had 2 album covers. I'm going to put them here on this video. This record label executive basically said, well, you don't have to put your album out because I don't like it. She said I looked too muscular. She even used the words, it looks like Serena. There are a lot of people who are saying, it's just a song. Well, if that's what you think, enjoy. But what I know is that music has power, but of course, I have used that power to help some people.
So let's go ahead and just chop up that fable real quick, right? So, and here's the thing about, you know, like, remember earlier I spoke to having like a look, and actually for the most part, India Arie, you know, especially, you know, India Arie's older now. India Arie is like up there in age, so she's not in her prime. So you can see them old pictures of her. You can see, you know, she's a pretty cute girl, and she's not a bad looking lady, right? But when it comes to being a superstar, it's very difficult to be a superstar without being at least an 8. You know what I'm saying? And when you have certain features and whatnot, especially, you know, because you know India Arie never had sex appeal, and to a certain degree, the critiques are not like unfounded. They're not necessarily like unhinged. I can't say that. You know, like when we speak about like the impact she's had. Yeah, listen, she had a certain kind of lane, and not only that, but she's also kind of like the female version of like a Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying? Where like, yo, everyone has a thing that they can do, right? And listen, I gotta respect it to a certain degree. You know what I mean? But it's not so much that she couldn't have made different kinds of music. It was more so like, she came out in the era where artists, I think a lot of artists should look at it this way, and this is something that like you can learn from Drake. Drake got mad different bags he can get into. He got the trap bag, he got the R&B bag, he got the throwback R&B bag, he got the Afro beats bag, the London drill. This nigga dead ass has done songs in London drill, and now I'm hearing them, I'm like, that shit's fire. It's like genius, you know what I'm saying? He got the reggae bag, you know, the regular rapping bag, the emo rapping bag, you know what I'm saying? And now he adding the alternative rock rapping bag. You understand? Meaning that it's the same as, like, the way you rap should be the same as what you would consider a well-dressed person. A well-dressed person has outfits that are immaculate and are nice and come together nicely for every occasion. You know what I'm saying? You know, as far as you having a reputation of, this is a really well-dressed person. Because it's not until you see someone have nice dressy clothes they look good in, right? But also nice streetwear, gym clothes, just like nice casual wear, stuff like that. And, you know, you'll consider someone a well-dressed person, or, you know, someone who has a lot of style when they're able to show up in different, just in different modes and whatnot. And that's the same thing with music. So, like, what's one thing that I've worked on is making sure that whenever I'm creating, it sounds different from who I was before. And I'm making it a point to make sure I'm getting into all the details of how I'm delivering it, of how I'm flowing the drawing. You know what I mean? Like what things am I saying? What specific things I'm saying? And also, like, you know, coming up with like actual, like, great lyrics. Like where I'm at right now mentally, like with I feel like I'm starting to get the hang of writing with AI. It's just been a matter of like, yo, I need way more time, and I want to make sure I get that time. That's why yo, starting like now. Yo, don't ever be afraid to start over. But anyway, going back to the issues that Arie is speaking to and whatnot. And I'm not saying that she's wrong about anything that happened, right? But it's just that, yo, to a certain degree, that was inevitable. You know what I mean? Because again, she wasn't a traditional artist, and maybe she was a little bit ahead of her time. But had Arie had more, no, I mean, you know what? I keep it a stack. Arie wasn't the kind of artist that you necessarily felt like you had to go hear the album like that. You know what I'm saying? I think she did have nice songs, and they were, you know, about like positive things and whatnot. But the thing is, and don't get me wrong, if that's your lane, that's your lane. But just like with conscious rap can only go but so far, because it's not really hip hop. R&B is all aspects of love and relationships and the expression of that, and as well as like love making and hating and falling out of love and all this different kind of stuff. Same thing with rap. Rap is everything. Rap, there is no, you don't leave anything out with rap. That's why when you don't curse in raps, they don't sound like raps really if there's no cursing. They don't sound like raps if you're not talking about, if you don't speak to the ops. You know what I'm saying? It don't sound like it don't sound like rap. You know, if ain't no double entendres going, ain't no mentions of culture and luxury and luxurious items and spending that cash going on. If that shit ain't going on, it's not really, because you know what? It's not a rap. You understand? Certain things is you know, it's certain things you gotta be able to do in order to be like in the top percent. We're not going to see mainstream, because mainstream means that you're in the top percent of all artists. You know what I mean? But anywho. But I think she would have always been limited no matter who she was under, because she didn't make the kind of music that really moves the world like that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, people want to be able to enjoy the music. An excuse that people like this will make is that, oh, everything not a party. Fam, before niggas wanted to start making whack music, that shit had to play at the party. Where else is it going to play at? I was gonna play on the party, play on the record player in the living room, right? Or outside on the jukebox somewhere. You know what I mean? But it was gonna play somewhere where everyone had to hear it. So when you was playing music back then, like, no, you want to play some shit that people can enjoy. No one was trying to break down Elvis's lyrics. No, it's like, yo, does that shit sound good? You know? But yeah, so I will say her lane was always preachy. You know what I mean? And it is. She was in the same lane as a lot of neo soul artists. Like a lot of neo soul artists. You know what's funny is, like, I consider Maxwell to be neo soul, but Maxwell and someone like Maxwell has just had a better career. People just thinking of him so much differently because Maxwell almost made nothing but bops, nigga. he got mad bops, bro. Like mad of him. You know what I'm saying? Like that nigga could go do a half hour to an hour. I think Maxwell could do like a good hour of like joints, bro. Let's not play the game. You know what I'm saying? Fortunate, you know, Pretty Wings, like Bad Habits. A few of them joints from the last album. He ain't dropped the album in 10 years. And that shit and that whole album goes hard. Ascension. Trying to get to know you. You know, just again, all day. Right, so I want to comment on that because that is something that has to be spoken to because we got to realize we always got to separate the winners and losers. But at the end of the day, Arie does have a good point because again we've never had black media that was controlled by black media. So like again, while I'm doing this video right here, any black person can turn their camera on and do a TikTok video or Instagram video and speak their mind on this topic, and it's the exact same thing. People tune in and watch you. It's the same as watching the show. It's watching your show, and your show maybe you bugging out, you know, in a bonnet. You know what's funny is I was starting to play a video from Pink Bull Lessons, and it was this lady talking about the image of black people and how the song is degrading. At the same time, she's telling a story with the phone under her face wearing a bonnet. Black woman, stop coming online to speak about serious things in a bonnet. The world cannot take you serious in a bonnet. Also, if you are a woman, a black woman, if you seriously care about black men, we're going to need y'all to start bullying and going at niggas who wear bonnets. We need you to jeer them. We need you to sneer at them. We need you to throw tomatoes. We need you to try to trip them when they're walking by. This can't be allowed to keep going on. Let me tell you something. If you ever seen me and you are a man with a bonnet, I want you to know that I hate you. I'm sorry. I mean, listen. I'm sorry. What's your white woman name?
White woman name.
What is it?
They gave me mine. It's Janice.
You know what I'm saying? Shit.
What about ecstasy?
What about ecstasy? Yeah, but I definitely hate you if you wear a bonnet. So women, I need y'all to get on that. If you got sons, you know what I'm saying? Listen, you're a woman. It's like, if you punch the dude in the face, I think he can get over it. I think he can get past it. I don't think you can hit him that hard. So if you gotta snuff the bull, snuff him. If you see the bull wearing a bonnet, but that can't be a thing that can be tolerated any longer. Matter of fact, let's go to Wayno. Wayno had a good hold on a second, Young Miami. So Wayno had played an interesting story. Oh Lord, yo, what is John at? Oh yeah, yo, boom. So this is actually the very gay dancing boy who came up with that dance. So that dance you keep seeing. All right, now I'm seeing this again and whatnot. I ain't gonna lie, let's look a little gay. That nigga is reverse twerking. So at first I thought he was just trying to show off his teeth and whatnot, but the way he's showing his teeth off is in a really like awkward way. But anyway, so this right here, you know what? I think this is an actual demon. Nah, that's a demon. That ain't no person. You see this shit? Nah, that's a demon. You see how he moving around? See his fingers and all that? Those demon fingers. Nah, bro. And on top of that, yo, who is he? He in a hotel? That nigga done stole at least $1 million in merchandise. You know what I'm saying? At least $1 million.
Like the video. Hype the video.
Sure, I hype the video, man. So anyway, so that was the boy from the video with them kids, and he's just man, he's having the time of his life. And it's like, I'm saying, this is some biblical shit, bro. You know what I mean? I think people need to take him more serious. I mean, he definitely got Antichrist vibes. Not like that. But I wonder, let me see. Yeah, boom. There we go. Boom. That's where it is. This is the story right here. So we have a strag mother and daughter duo. You know what I mean? Because you gotta realize, the apple don't fall far from the tree. A lot of times, yo, these women will really have their kids shoplifting
in this entire area.
In the Nordstrom theft, detectives say surveillance
so
video.
we're gonna bring it back to the middle.
The special enforcement team busted.
Goes way much deeper. He's a prolific, organized career theft criminal, and so we're very familiar with her.
Shout out to my parents for not being called criminal career thefts. I'm sorry, career criminals. Career criminal mean you ain't never had no job, man. Yo, like the video, bro. Career criminal.
Like the video.
You know what I'm saying?
Hype the video.
That means you ain't never had no job. No PTO for you. No water cooler talk for you. You nah, bro. Man. Papa raised me right. Also, BBW theory has been proven right again. And BBW theory is that all BBWs be wildin'. You'll never be able to control or tame a BBW. All right. So not only what was they stealing, it was also eating good.
It's because Bellevue PD special enforcement team busted Downs and her mom 2 years ago for a major organized retail crime spree. They were accused of stealing more than $500,000 worth of Lululemon clothing.
God damn.
Downs pleaded guilty to 6 counts of organized retail theft. She was sentenced to 33 months
You
in
saw she
prison
was walking.
with 501 days credit for time served and was released in January. Bellevue PD Captain Landon Barnwell says just 4 months later, Downs was back to her old ways.
God damn, you saw that gut? Hold on, you gotta bring that back. Hold on, you see it's gracious. Hold on, bro. Yeah, hold on.
Was released in January. Bellevue PD Captain Landon Barnwell says just 4 months later, Downs was back to her old ways.
God damn.
You would think that, after what she experienced in
Yo, you know she's disrespectful.
2024, that, hey, maybe, she would change what she's doing. But again, clearly she hasn't chosen to do that.
Court documents show Bellevue PD Detective Jeff Christensen recognized Downs in a bulletin.
Fam, is that her stealing, dropping shit, wearing a bonnet with the bow on top? Woo, you know she rude. You know she a monster. You imagine knowing her in real life? Woo. Can't invite her to the cookout.
And sent out by Tukwila police showing thieves stealing almost $4,000 worth of fragrances from Macy's.
Damn.
See the shower cap she's wearing? He had a similar photo of her from his case 2 years ago.
I keep telling y'all, and you don't listen. Subscribe to the channel. I keep telling you, don't listen.
Like the video. Hype the video.
There's evil energy in Crocs. If you put it's like casting a spell. You summon and call forth the darkest spirits of the universe when you put together mismatched ankle socks, Crocs, and a bonnet. Once you put that together, it's something that takes over people. It makes their stomach big. It has you going out here wilding and arguing in offices and shoplifting and then signing your crime. Her mother went online to dance to spin that, holding the bags they stole. Crazy work.
Working with their regional law enforcement partners, he says he then identified Downs in similar thefts at the Macy's in Tacoma and the downtown Seattle Nordstrom.
People don't just commit crimes in one location, right? I mean, especially when it comes to, retail theft related crimes, right? They bounce around to many of the retailers in this entire area.
In the Nordstrom theft, detectives say surveillance video shows Downs wearing a burqa as a disguise. Detectives say the surveillance video shows how Downs and her accomplice cooperated to steal the purses, distracting the clerk by asking to see other bags on the shelves behind him. When he turned his back, watch as the accomplice smoothly slips the handles of one of the purses over her arm. After he shows them a second bag, he puts it back on the shelf. When he went to the front sales counter, police say Downs walked over, made sure he wasn't looking, and grabbed the purse, then held it down low on the right side of her body, opposite over where the clerk was standing. Her accomplice then moves over next to her, takes the handbag, and exits the store with both.
Not them catching the whole thing. This is something that they had to think hard about. They had notebooks out of Starbucks trying to go over this. Like, all right, next, listen, I go in this direction. You go this way. You know what I mean? I bet you when she decided to wear the burqa, she probably got so giddy and so excited. She probably really thought she aged. She said, you know what? Eureka! I'll wear a burqa. Because no one's going to be noticing and looking at the Muslim lady with dark sunglasses in the Gucci store. If you was like Middle Eastern, that'd be something different. But you being an overweight black woman, going into the Gucci store, the Louis store, right? And I think everyone there knew. Matter of fact, they probably turned the cameras on when you walked in there. They had eyes on the whole mall had eyes on you when you first walked in. You know what I mean? Because you got to realize too that if they're at that mall, if it's any kind of high end store there, that means that it's a high end mall, which also means that it's probably mad white folks walking around. All right, it's mad money walking around. You understand? So you definitely stand out.
Of the stolen purses. A few seconds later, Downs follows her out. On June 12th, Bellevue police arrested Downs and her mom. Detectives located them in the parking lot of Westfield South Center Mall. Court documents note that Downs was wearing the same burqa, black-colored sandals, and her white-painted toes matched her appearance from the Nordstrom theft.
We will hold you accountable, and we're not going to tolerate people that commit crimes here in our community.
Now, how dumb could you possibly be? Did y'all see? All right, now, $500,000 worth of Lululemon is fucking crazy. $500,000 by her and her moms alone from Lululemon. Then you get, then you get her stealing the perfumes out of Macy's with a shower cap on. Then they catch her rocking the same shit she had. You can't make this up. Now, back to the song. While Young Miami is having a resurgence and a solo song of possibly the summer, is definitely going to be one of the songs of the summer. This is definitely going to rile a lot of these bum-ass niggas and bitches up. Trust and believe.
I was trying to find a video of her mother dancing. So basically, they got caught. Now, this was in the beginning, because these people had got caught because the mother went on TikTok and was dancing with the bags they stole. So you see the bags that she stole in the video and whatnot. Oh, I think here is right. Oh yeah, boom. This dummy is dancing with these stolen bags online. I'm not sure how they knew to go there. You know that you bad news when the cops are watching your social media, and on that social media you are posting stolen merchandise. You know what? I'm gonna leave it there. But this is the influence of that song playing out right now, because she's having a good time. Like, because this song came out, she said, "Yo, I gotta do a TikTok to this song." And how convenient! I just got done boosting. I just got done stuffing some shit in my bag. This is perfect, right? And now their ass is locked up. And also, too, you know what though? These two need to be locked away and whatnot, because they are a terror to the retail world. Because how you steal a half of it? Yeah, actually, yeah. Like, how much clothes is that? How much do things cost Lululemon? Let's look that up. How much does the outfit cost for Lululemon? All right, so it says between $136 and $226. So, for the $500,000, I want, matter of fact, no, fuck that. How many times does $236 go into $500,000? So you can buy basically 2,118 outfits that are and even if those outfits were $236, you can buy 2,000 of them. So they stole thousands of pieces of clothing. I mean that this is crazy. Anywho, so yeah, man. We're gonna see where things go. I might build this a little bit more, but I wanted to make sure that we know that we touched on this topic and everything, and we spoke on it and got to chop this fable, man. So I think a song like this is a big wake up call. But I think, like I said before, I think it's a great opportunity. And like I said, it had to happen because it provides the opportunity to have more conversations about why y'all not getting nowhere. Because a lot of y'all don't realize that, no, you not getting, like, for example, for myself, right? I have this thing in my mind where I'm always thinking about where I want to go to next with my social media. And then I had to really reflect on, like, yo, what am I doing to make sure I post more? Because I've been having a hard time for the last year of I record and I forget to post. because my job, and you know, I have a different, like, I'm in a different unit in my job, so I don't have the same downtime I used to have. Or at least I would know when I would have times like do thumbnails and to mess with my videos and stuff like that, which I can still do. It's just a matter of like, yo, of one, gotta take care of yourself. You gotta get a lot of nutrients and high protein, high fat, high carbs, so you can have energy to be productive. Because what happens is not only that, good rest. Because like, yo, when you're not getting those things and whatnot, it's really hard to stay motivated. It's hard to want to do stuff because you're never really recovering. You go into every single day kind of in a negative a little bit, and you're kind of just trying to make it work. And that's not thriving. Surviving ain't thriving. Baby, look when I'm driving. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and close the video out, man. We're gonna see how it goes, man. Like the video,
Channel.
man.
We love you, Six Pack.
My bad. Hold on.
Like the video. Hype the video.
Thank you.
Subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe to the channel.
Leave a comment in the comment section.
All right, man. Peace.
I love you. Shout out the chain.
Shout out the chain. We out.
Like the video. Let's see how it came out, y'all.
Yeah, my computer's getting so slow. All right, end of the video.
There you go.